What's up, everybody? It's your boy DJ Hollywood. You know how we do it on Turn Up Mix, man. We got Seneca, hottest newcomer coming in the game. KT Carter's in the building. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
And he brought a special guest with an old Corey Stone, man. South Carolina holding it down. Music Award recipient. Hey, you better know, man. South Carolina taking some things to the highest level. So, gentlemen, what's happening?
Nothing much, man. I mean, well, I say nothing much, but you know, we got a lot happening right now.
Man, you got a new single, man. It's about blowing them airways out. So.
Yeah, new single. It's called Call Me. Coming out on the EP. I'm dropping on August 30th. It's a fun track. It's a good summertime track, man. It's real catchy. Everybody like it. You know, it still got some spitting and flowing in there, though. You know, me and my man's right here. You know, we really take pride in this music and what we do, and we've been I think working on some great music, you know, really the last couple months. And, you know, when I was sitting here listening to tracks that I was going to put on the album, I said, man, you know, I might as well give the people something right now that they can go ahead and vibe to in the summertime. And that track just stuck out to me. So, you know, I wanted to go ahead and put it out, and people really been responding to it, and I've really been liking it.
I mean, we played it around here, man, because, you know, on the DJ Hollywood turn up on Saturdays, we be trying to go in, and I've already had some people from the UK. That's how I know everybody's already let me know what's happening over in the UK. What's going on with the record, they already love it. So that part right there is nothing but straight love. Now, we're going to take it back for a minute. You know, we're going to take it a little back, you know what I'm saying, because you a young man. You know, ladies know, you know what I'm saying, they going to see it right now.
Oh, yeah.
You a young man. So, how'd you get into rapping, bro?
Man, really by default, man. I always grew up loving music, writing music. It's funny that I got into rap because, you know, growing up, my parents was like, nah, you know, you don't need to hear all that cussing, this, that, and the other. So I grew up on like Luther, Anita Baker, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the classics. You know what I'm saying? And
some people need to listen to the
I'm telling you, I'm talking about like Cameo, Rick James. You know, I grew up listening to stuff like that, and they had me this little play-type like tape recorder set. So I take the play-type tape recorder set and I go in there, I try to sing, not try to rap. Sound terrible to this day. If it wasn't for this man right here, anytime I'm singing on the track, it wouldn't sound like nothing but hot garbage. But I took that play-type set and, you know, I used to sing on. And then when I learned how to write, you know, I started writing R&B songs, but I still never felt confident enough in my singing, you know. But fast forward a few years, I go to college. I'm over there at UK. And my homeboy Prince Miller, he had been rapping for a minute, and he was like, man, yeah, I got this little Coogee sponsor, you know. He said, I'll throw you some clothes and you can get on track with me if you're just trying to start out. I said, well, I ain't really trying to start out, but you know, I want to have some fun. And you know, went to the studio with him. We did this track called 36 Zips, and that was the first track I really recorded. And Halloween, we went to this little club in Lexington, and somebody heard the track. I don't know how they heard it, and they was like, ain't you the one that did that such and such? I was like, yeah. So I got up there and I did the track with the live band, and people really responded to it. And it was just a different type of feeling. So, you know, I kind of messed up my school situation because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. So, you know, that's something I always tell people.
Mom was hot about it.
Hot about it. Because, you know, it's my first chance at freedom. So, you know, I'm out here making music, having fun, hanging out with the boys. I ain't really focusing on the school like that, which ain't necessarily a good thing. You want to get past that. But anyways, fast forward, I got sent back to South Carolina because I wasn't doing right with the school stuff. You know, I'm starting working, and a friend of mine was like, hey, you know, you really need to link up with Corey on the music. And I had been doing music with my cousins before that, but I was like, okay, you know, I'll see what he's talking about. And we made a little hit, and ever since then, that was about 7 years ago, we've been rocking with each other ever since on the music thing.
We started in my dad's studio, man.
Started in your dad's studio?
Yeah, like my dad built me like a little studio. You know, it was doubled as his bar room, and we started in there, man. So in high school, that was what got us started.
Now I remember, Corey, I met you, and you were actually, you know, you were a guitarist. You know, I don't know your personal life, but you know, you like the white Stevie J when it comes down, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we gonna put the love and hip hop stats out here, but you know, you're so musically talented, so like, where did that come from, man?
My dad, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it all to him, all the credit. I got all the good genes from his side of the family.
Okay. So take me in the process real quick of writing, because I'm gonna be honest, man. You know, I still keep the pipes up like that, and I try to, you know, do my thing every now and then. But you know, take me through the process of you guys, man, because you guys are obviously doing something a great wave, and you guys are getting a lot of love. So, you know, take me through a small process. Now, I know for a fact you got some kids might watch. Can't take me through all the process. But, you know,
some steps.
You know what I'm saying? But give me a little small baby steps. Like, what are y'all process, man?
I mean, usually I'll just have a hook that I've written to a beat, and that just comes to me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop. And then he hears the beat, and he's already got something written for it that falls like right in place with what I've already written. And then Cody, my other buddy that gets on tracks with us, same thing happens with him. It's just like a puzzle that, you know, always comes together at the last minute. It's really not sitting down and planning anything out and figuring out how we're gonna write together. It always happens at everybody's house. And
organically.
we come to the studio and it just happens, man.
I mean, you know, like you said, organically. I like it's raw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It really is, man.
So I love that, man, because I'm kind of in the same process when I'm, you know, doing my show and so forth. Some people say, man, you know, we get that track for them, or like, how long did you take? Man, I don't know. They just sent it to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So,
prime example, the single that we just released, "Call Me." Like I said, it's out now. Go check it out. The way we made that song, Corey had the beat, and then let me hear it, and I was like, man, I was like, that thing popping, boy. So fast forward, I mean rewind. There was a song I wrote like 4 years ago. Never could find like a beat that I wanted to go with it, and I was just like, all right, I like the first two bars in it. How come you never call me like you used to do? And we like, it was like, okay, we're gonna do that. And then that's when we just threw in the, how come you never call me like you used to do? You know, we added it like 2 days later, and then put the verses in there like 3 days later. That's the most time we ever spent on one song, and it was a song we didn't even have written. You know, it was just something that I had a piece of a hook for that I wanted to use, but the way he mixed it and edited it, it was so crazy the way it came in and came out and still like gave you that good dance, fun time vibe. But you know, a lot of our songs happen like that. You know, I could not even hear the beat because I like to write to no instrumental because I hear music in my head. So when I'm sitting there writing, you know, I want it to flow, I want it to sound a certain way. So when we get to the studio, he'll be like, you got anything written? And I'll be like, no. And he'll be like, you messing up, my dude. You messing up. Why you ain't got nothing written?
Time is
Come
money.
on,
I need my money.
So then, you know, I'll be like, I got a verse, you know, I got this, and then like, well, perfect. You got 2 verses, I got a hook. Let's go. So,
and he's never heard the beat before, but it also always happens like within 30 seconds he's locked into the beat like a metronome.
That's pretty talent right there.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, you guys have been doing some miraculous work. Like I said, you know, Corey been doing some miraculous work. I mean, like I said, South Carolina Music Awards are always knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all definitely got a banger on your hands. Not a hit, a banger. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
So, now, one thing I want to ask, the music industry is so monopolized now, you know, to a certain extent. So, are you guys wanting to find an actual label to work with, or do you guys want to stay independent, or start your own label? Because that's what a lot of people want.
I mean, you know, we kind of got our own brand, Autumn. All we do is make hits. You know, we've been in some talks with Universal, you know, but emailing back and forth. We'll address that situation, you know, when we get more information. But you know, right now I think the independent grind, you know, personally, you know, I think the independent grind is really where you got to cut your teeth at in the music industry these days, because it's not as traditional as it used to be, where the label's just gonna put money behind you because you got a good song. I mean, there's 1,000 people out there with a good song. They want to know that you got people behind your music, you know, people that really like your music and you can consistently put it out, like you said. So I think it just all depends on the person. You know, if you're a type of artist that's just really gonna 100% sell out and do the commercial thing every time, and you don't care about your artistic freedom with your music, you know, I think in this day and age a label might work a little bit better for you. But you know, if you want to be in control of your content and how you reach the people, how you release the music, you know, what you want a particular project to sound like, I think independent's the best way to go for that. And I mean, you know, if there's nothing somebody can bring, if there's something you're doing yourself that somebody can't do for you and they can't do more for you, at the moment I don't see a reason for us to say, okay, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and stop everything I'm doing to do it your way, when, you know, you can't put me in a place higher than I've already gotten myself, if that makes any sense.
You just see artists get screwed over by their accountants nowadays, and so it's much easier to like do everything in house and do everything with the people you grew up with and that you made this music with. That way, when you do have to argue with people, it's the people that you're close with, and you don't really have to worry about them trying to screw you over like you would an outside accountant who you put in charge of all your money, or in charge of dropping all your drops, or in charge of telling you your schedule for the week as far as how many songs you have to week or make and all that crap.
I mean, it is true. I mean, as me being a great music guy myself, and then we play great music on the station ourselves. That I look at it as I watched what Music Moguls when they came out. I watched how Dame Dash made his moves from Rockefeller to what he's doing today, and I've also watched how inside the label. And that was kind of crazy because, you always have to keep that creativity stuff going. But the music industry has changed so much since then. Like you said, they're not really trying to put any money past a person's project. So, I mean, either, you just have to take a nice little loan basically from them, because that's all it really is. And, you just have all that stuff going on. So, I know for a fact, man, I know you guys, if you ask me, you probably should stay independent, to be honest with you. If you do anything, do it like a production deal with somebody, maybe, so that way, they try to stay, So
that's just how it's happening, really. I mean, we didn't even intend for it to happen, like with the Autumn label, but somehow we've got all these artists that are coming to record at my house, and it's just easiest for them, brand their album with the Plan Mixes in the Autumn. So by default, we kind of ended up with this label. Okay. It's really working out.
I mean, I have a friend, who does the same thing. I try to get my little A&R status up.
Got to.
I tell him, I was like, I got you. I get your song on the air real quick. So, and it happens. But but yeah, man. So tell me, what's one of the biggest things, man? When you get to the crowd and you get your first little, you get that Young M.A. money, you know what I'm saying? 33 stacks and above checks. What you gonna be doing with the first check? I mean, I know you're gonna take care of mom, dudes. That's a plus already. I already know that. Give her back a little bit of college tuition money.
Man, I definitely have to go ahead and take care of that. Oh man, with the first check, man, just put it back into music. I mean, we from the country. I'm not saying I come from nothing, because I was very blessed growing up. I always had two parents in the home, and they always made sure me and my sister didn't want for nothing, but they always raised us with good values. So if $33,000, to me that's somebody's salary for a year. So don't just go play with it. Do something with it. Put it back into music. We've talked about, once we get to a point where we're really making some real money, doing some things for the community. Not that it's a bad area or people be shooting up kids around here and stuff like that, but still, you got a less likely chance to get in trouble when you got something to do. We want to open a studio in our hometown, because we didn't have that. We want to get some engineering equipment in the high school so that they can take a elective class to learn how to mix.
Or after school. I mean, we've already got the equipment. We just need an end. We need for the school district to say, okay, and we'll go do it tomorrow. Like, we have the equipment. I have a whole nother studio in my back room that we don't even use anymore.
Don't even use it.
I want to take it over
that's
there.
the kind of stuff we want to do.
Okay. I mean, that's what we need. I mean, one of the things I met Corey actually at school.
Right.
This cat would just bring his guitar around and just serenade ladies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is it? I'm like, don't he got class to go to? Like, but down in the the media arts program, which has changed around a lot at Tri-County, is that's what they need. The biggest problem is not them getting a degree now. It's what they're going to use with the degree that they actually attain. Yeah. I can't tell you how many people that I probably came across that have not even attempted to do anything with their degree because they don't really have anywhere to use it.
And they're not getting hands-on training there either. I mean, at the schools around here, nobody really has a good facility to teach people an audio program, like in-depth. I mean, you can teach somebody what a mixer does, but nobody's going to fully understand that until they put their hands on the mixer.
Right.
And that's the problem. I feel like if kids had something to do, they'd stay out of trouble, I know I would have. If I had had a studio up until my dad built one, I would have gotten in a hell of a lot less trouble.
Dad had grown up in a college town.
I'm telling you, man.
I mean, We've been doing this since we was 15. We're Clemson 5 minutes down the road. So you know they gonna do the same stuff we was doing when we was 15. You know, but you know, give them something to do.
Same thing at like 12.
Oh, yeah. Now they are.
Like I mean, it's crazy now. I see kids like 10 years old. Like, where's your parents at? Like my mama would never let me do some of this stuff.
Or be out alone. You know?
Yeah, I seen some kids, man. I'm like, man, like. It make you seem old, like, man, times has definitely have changed.
I know.
So,
more steroids than the chicken.
Yeah.
But definitely so you guys want to stay independent. Got this really good single that's already hitting the airwaves, doing big things. Obviously doing big things for us here. We're doing another big debut on Saturday, obviously. So what has been the biggest thing so far of the atmosphere of just being, you know, KT, doing your thing? Obviously it's just your natural vibes, I guess. So what, you know, what kind of things are you looking from this single to help you guys out with? Because you got the buzz from Universal, so it gives you a little leverage of what you want to do.
You know, I'm a real laid back type of guy. The main thing for me with this music thing is, you know, if you don't believe it, they ain't gonna believe it. If you can't be yourself, but if you fake, they gonna know you fake.
Right.
It don't matter, you know. So I'm not gonna get on songs talking about shooting people or selling drugs or, you know, stuff like that. You know, I may tell you that you gonna metaphorically get killed in this verse, you know, or something like that. But, you know, I think, you know, we waste too much time on glorifying. I'm not saying all trap artists, and, you know, I'm not saying, I know some people really about that, but, you know, I thought something that was really empowering when Jay-Z put out his new album on the song Story of OJ. He's talking about, you know, experiences he done had growing up to where he is now, and showing that, you know, financial freedom is really where it's at, you know, opposed to being a rich rapper. You know, don't believe in that, you know, because you can't sustain yourself in that lifestyle. I mean, it's so easy for a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid to see their favorite rapper saying, yeah, I caught 10 bodies, but I got off, whether it was self-defense or not. They think they can catch 10 bodies and get off, and that's going to validate their music. But that's not validating your music. That's what they want you to do. They want you to go to jail. They want you to do this stupid stuff. They want to make money off you because if you doing something stupid, you know, they don't want to see you be successful. So when it comes to my music, you know, I like to have lyricism. I'm a little ratchet, don't get me wrong. You know, I jump out the window a lot. But it's more to it than just I'm shooting you, I'm shooting him, we selling drugs and getting this money. Because people actually believe that when y'all not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like the vibe for the music, it's all this man. He's just like, man, just as long as we stay real, you know, people gonna respond to it, and they have been responding to it. You know,
it's autumn, you know what I'm saying?
It's originality, bro. It's originality. Like that's been my biggest thing. If you sound like somebody else, you're doing it wrong. You know, and that's what I tell him. That's what I tell Cody. That's what I tell anybody that comes to my studio. If you're trying to sound like somebody else, or you do sound like somebody else, you're doing it wrong, man. Like, you're never gonna stand out. Nobody wants another 2 Chainz. Nobody wants more Migos. Nobody wants, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta be original, man, to get anybody to look at you nowadays. So.
I mean, definitely, you gotta stay original, man. I think so many people sound like the next person, the next person, the next person, especially in the South.
And they're trying to.
Well, I'm gonna let them do their career the way they want to do it, but I mean, it is true that everybody's trying to, you know, because I think the last person got on, I'm gonna get on the way they got on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's crazy, but it happens. So.
There's some people around here that's not too. Now, don't get me wrong. When I say everybody, it ain't always everybody. But there's some people out here that can really spit and really be spitting that people should check for.
And they'll be at the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
We picked out one of, you know, some of the best artists from each genre to bring to the party. So.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely make sure we check it out. So when's this party? Because I might have to, you know, show up, you know, get my old puppy on, get a shiny suit or something.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying?
August 12th.
August
Bayshore.
12th.
Back to school bash. You know, myself, Corey, Cody Kearns,
Hatter.
Mad Hatter, Metamorphosis.
Okay.
You know, it's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be real fun. Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what else I was gonna say. You know, Corey got the album Wild. You know that he just dropped not too long ago, and the single has been going crazy, man. He got on there with Strap from Travis Porter.
Okay.
So you know that record's really been doing good, and he got another record, Ghost, with Cap One, and I mean it's a phenomenal record too, man. Y'all really got to check out the Wild album, because when I say the plan really be the engineer behind the engineer, the plug behind the plug, this is the outlet right here. I'm telling you.
Half the album too, though, so you know what I'm saying.
I mean, true enough, but I'm telling you, I mean, it's autumn. I mean, it's a bunch of quality gas like music, and if you want to see what we're doing, man, just come out August 12th. You know, we all about good vibes only. We don't care about any kind of beef situations or anything like that. There's never been anything negative over our way, and you know we like to keep it that way, because when people want to come out, man, they want to have fun, and that's what we all about. We love having fun, out there partying with our folks, doing a little music, dancing. Yeah, got the stage built. You know, it's gonna be a great fun experience, and there's been so much hype for it already, and it's all been love. So you know, I'm glad we can do that, you know, in our hometown, and you know, have people come out and have a good time.
I mean, we definitely. I'm gonna be there. My invitation's already out there, guys. So I'm definitely gonna be there on August 12th. What time it start?
Starts at 4:30. That's when the gates open. It ends about 11:30, 12
Okay.
o'clock. It'll probably go later than that.
Okay.
That's just what time we're gonna turn the music down, so we don't have any problems.
All right. So what's the age range? 'Cause, you know, I'm being married man.
Any
by the
age.
time-
Up.
Okay.
Any age, yeah. We
Any
got a 7-man security team, so people are gonna be checking
I got like
IDs.
formations going on.
We can't have people going into the house. You know, Cody's house is right across the street from the venue. We can't have people, you know, coming in and drinking that are underage. So IDs are being checked. You know, you can't bring guns, something like that. It's just gonna be a community event, you know, with a lot of different kind of music for everybody. So.
Okay. Well, definitely August 12th, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you are actually in the building, man. KT's definitely gonna be there. Corey's just doing everything, you know. he's doing everything. He's gonna be around. They got some dope groups. Now, what can they get your music at, guys?
You can find me on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play. I mean, anywhere really you look for music. A big one for me is Saving Me. Just go to iTunes, like I said, Spotify, anything. Type in Saving Me KT, and it'll pop up. You know, SoundCloud. Anywhere like that, you know, you can follow me on Instagram at KT Carter Carter, Twitter at KT Carter Carter. You know, pretty much everywhere it's either KT or KT Carter Carter, and you know, the music's there. So just look for it, man, and enjoy it.
Okay. Now, for those who want to get a sneak peek, I'm gonna get a few bars from you, a few bars. You know, not anything major, but just a few bars. I want you to just give them a small, throw them at them and bring it right back. You know what I'm saying? Do like Fat Joe made him do back in the day, is lean back real quick.
Hold on, I gotta get this one on live right now. Hold on,
let me think. Alright.
I'm trying to see, let's see. I need to get you some you know, some drops, you know what I'm saying? I need to get you some music.
I think I'm good.
You did good? Alright.
You don't even need all that.
We don't need all that, okay.
Alright, let's see. Alright.
On the spot, dog.
I got some issues with women using my tissues, pouring crocodile tears, explaining the things they've been through. 4 or 5 women in a week already. I'm ready to hit the gas. Please pass to Richard Petty. You know, too much time is wasted on our inhibitions. You're immature, I'm insecure, so what's the really difference? I remember a time when nobody really listened. Now they follow suit like it's tailor-made. I'm so exquisite. Kill 'em softly as Carolina Chinchilla costly. That's why I rock a Michael Kors Peacoat with a coffee. Trying to get the Starbucks, homie. Know the game is cutthroat. It takes hard work, homie, I swear. I think I need another vacation somewhere off the reservation with plenty of medication and women in bed waiting. Playing, I'm just saying.
That was definitely turned up with DJ Hollywood. You know how it goes down right on the CI Media Network. And you better, y'all better go get that joint, man. KT Carter. And you know, Corey, a.k.a. the White Stevie J, is in the building, man. Hey, we're going to get ready to go on all this, man. I'm going to go ahead and world premiere his actual track right here on the hottest station, man. You know what's going down, man. You ain't got to go nowhere else.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy I want to do that. Y'all just don't know all the energy we come from.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Get everybody come.